Hey guys, today I'm making a video on the care of a jungle carpet python, which I'm actually getting ready to put her in a box right now so I can do this without her going all over the place or me getting bit or stressing her out or whatever. I can get her in the box. Usually once I get her in the box, she chills out. It's just like a little pet box. Um, Give me 2 seconds so I can close this up. Alrighty, what's up guys? I'm back. Okay, so the care for a jungle carpet python. Pretty much almost the same as any of my other constrictors. The only difference is really how I have it set up and how often I mist down the enclosure and stuff. Right now, what I'm using, which I find the most suitable for my snakes, like I said in previous videos, I believe I said, just shaved aspen bedding. It's really nice and thin, no slivers or anything like that they can really choke on. It's really flexible. I mean, like even this big piece here, it's just really squishy. I mean, it's nothing in here that can really hurt her. If she swallows a little bit of it, it's not a huge deal. Um, so I just use shaved aspen bedding. You can get it at Walmart for, I think, $2 or $3 for a bag of it. Like, I think it stands like a foot tall and like 10 inches wide by like 6 inches thick. But it actually goes quite a long ways, and then you can get a huge, big brick of it for like $6, and this is at Walmart. Um, so it's fairly inexpensive, and it's really good bedding. I've never had any problems with it. Um, so humidity-wise, it needs to stay between 75 and 80%, no lower than 70% at least. And I think I have her humidity at about 80% at most times. And because they're more of a jungle wetlands type species, you definitely want to make sure your humidity is up. Temperatures need to be between 85 and 90 degrees on the hot side, and about 83 to 82 degrees on the cool side. And how I have it set up here, of course I have the aspen bedding. I have a heat pad in here, which I don't like doing, but if I don't put it in here and cover it up with like a little bit of the shavings or the aspen bedding, it just doesn't work very well. I actually had it burn my carpet at one time, because if it's between the bin and the floor, because I don't have a racking system right now, but if it's between the bin and the floor, it'll burn the carpet, and it just overheats, and you don't want that. If it's in here and you got like how I have some of the bedding under the pad as well as on top of it, like just thin layers, and it won't burn your snake. It'll still get really warm, and it'll keep the air temperature really good, and it'll help keep the humidity strong. It's really warm right now. Like, I can put my hand on it. It doesn't burn me, but it's about 90 degrees. So it's a good temperature. And then if you want, you don't have to, but if you want, just for like a little hiding area or something to make them feel more comfortable, just put like a couple of like silk fake plants in here like I did. And you can mist those down as well as the bedding, because these actually hold a little bit of humidity too. I think overall for bedding, I put about 2 or 3 inches or so of the bedding in here, and this is I can't remember the size of this tub, but if you're going to get a subadult or an adult or already have one and you need a bigger tub to put it in, get something this size or bigger. I believe this is a 38 quart long, and And so that's what I'm using. And then I got her water dish on the cool side, and it's still cool over here. It's not really warm like on the other side, but it's not cold either. I'd say it's about 75, 80 degrees over here. Um, and of course it's actually cooler now because I have the lid off. So, and the best thing you can use besides like if you have a misting system, which I don't even know if you would want to use it for like a racking system or, you know, tubs like this. I just use a regular water bottle that you can get at Dollar General or any dollar store for like $1. And if you want, stock up on like 2 or 3 of them just in case the squirter goes out on one of them. But they work pretty well. And you just mist down the enclosure like this. Depending on how dry it is, mist it for like 3 to 5 minutes, sometimes like 7 or 8 minutes, depending on how dry it is, because this aspen bedding absorbs quite a bit of water. So you might have to mist it down for a lot longer. Like this stuff was pretty dry this morning when I woke up. And like see how I'm misting down the fake plants too. And of course, on this side of the tub, it's a lot drier than it is on this side of the tub because, of course, you got all the heat mainly over on this side. But she loves it, and she's really healthy. I've actually been using this same setup since I got her about 2-3 months ago. And I'll tell you what, she is 10 times better condition than when I got her. So if that tells you anything, this is a good way to do it. But you just want to make sure the humidity is really good and you have a good heat spot in there somewhere. I mean, if you have a temperature controller, a thermostat controller, which I am getting soon, and you have a racking system, definitely don't put your thing in here because it does tend to overheat. The pads do tend to overheat, or your heat tape, or whatever you're using, heat cable. I definitely recommend putting it under the tub, but if you have a thermostat controller, you could put it inside and just cover it up with a thin layer like I did. Or you can put it under the tub. It don't matter. You just have to crank the temp up a little bit so it penetrates the tub and actually emits heat into the enclosure itself. And when you're spraying down the enclosure like this, you want to check it every so often and see how that stuff's still pretty dry, even though I've been misting it for a while. So that's what I'm saying. It absorbs quite a bit of moisture. So you might want to, like, take it like this and just kind of toss it around a little bit after you mist it for a while. And then go back to misting it again once it's tossed around a little bit. Kind of like tossing a salad. No pun intended. But just kind of toss it around a little bit, spread it out. Sorry if my camera's workmanship here is kind of shitty, but I'm trying to pay attention to 2 things at once. And you're going to get wood chips all over your hands. Don't worry about it. Just go wash your hands afterwards. Not a big deal. And she actually pooped in here. And I took that out before I started recording. So as you can see, it's really clean right now. And then, like I said, after you toss it a little bit, just go back to spraying it. Spray it for like another couple minutes just to get it nice and moist. And this is mainly on the hot side, like I said. If it's on the cool side, you don't need to spray it down that much because the humidity is going to stay more on the cool side because you have no heat over there, no heat source. So you just want to keep it nice and moist. You don't want it soaking wet because you don't want your snake to get like scale rot or anything like that. But you do want to keep it nice and moist. Not soaking wet, not dripping wet. If you can pick it up and squeeze it and a ton of water comes dripping out of it, it's too wet. If you have to, you mist it down 2-3 times a day. Just check it like every couple hours or every few hours to see how dry it is. If it's getting too dry, just take your water bottle, mist it down for about 5 more minutes, and you should be good for the rest of the day or night. And what I use to pluck out poop, I just use paper towels. You can get them at the dollar store for like a couple bucks for like I think it's like a 3-pack of paper towels or a 2-pack of paper towels. So they're really inexpensive if you just go to the dollar store. And you can go to the dollar store for all this stuff. You can go there for tubs. You can go there for this stuff. Some of them you might even be able to find the Aspen bedding at, but I'm not sure. Like I said, I know for a fact they have it at Walmart, really cheap. And water dishes you can find there. The only thing you really can't find at the dollar store are the fake plants, at least smaller ones like this, because you don't need anything really big. Just like, a couple of small ones and the heat pads. That's pretty much all you can't find at the dollar store. But, yeah, that's pretty much it for my care video, guys. Just make sure you follow them simple rules, and you should be fine. Just keep an eye on your carpet python. Make sure the humidity is up. Make sure the temp is right in there, because it's about 85 to 90 degrees in here at all times. And like I said, a little cooler on the cool side, of course. And make sure you have air holes